Oh, are you recording? Oh, sorry about that. Assalamu alaikum, guys. How are you all doing? I was in a Bollywood vibe, just watching Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, and I just thought I'd listen to a couple of old school Shah Rukh Khan songs. Sorry about that. But since I'm in such a Bollywood Asian vibe today, I thought I'd finally do the one thing that I said I wasn't going to do and cook salad for you guys. So I'm going to be making Karahi Ghosht. The reason that I didn't want to do salad was the reason that I was doing all these YouTube videos in the first place was to show you guys that there's more out there that you could be eating, and to show you recipes that you guys can use, so you can impress your friends, or maybe at home you might just want to try something new in Italian and you don't know what to do, and that's the whole reason. But since I'm in such desi mood, you can call me Chacha Chef today. So yeah, I'm gonna be cooking you some Karahi Ghosht today, and I hope you guys really enjoy the video. And of course, as always, if you haven't done already, do give it a like. If you haven't done already, subscribe to the page. And if you are cooking this with me again, my Instagram, Shakes Place, do drop me a message with your pics, like some of you already do. Okay, chalo ji, shuruaat karne hain. Let's start with this lovely recipe. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to our palette. So, I told you I'm in a desi vibe. If I speak like this, don't blame me, blame Shah Rukh Khan today for introducing Kabhi Khushi. Well, you could blame Karan Johar for that. Introducing Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. So I've got our spice palette. We're going to be using some straight away with some oil, and then we're going to be using the rest later. So you can see over here we've got some cumin. We got just a little bit of cinnamon. We've got some green cardamom, and then we've got some normal black cardamom. So these are the ingredients. So you're going to go straight in the pan just for 5 seconds with some oil, with some hot oil. And then we're going to add the other masala later. So you can see we've got some, these are all 1 tablespoon each. So this, we got a tablespoon of ground coriander. This is this, but but grinded. Trust me, that's important. This is just for roasting, but this is going to be when we're cooking everything together. We got some chili powder. We have half a tablespoon of garam masala. We've got for that colour and flavour, we've also got some haldi, some turmeric. That's half a tablespoon, and then we've got 1 tablespoon of salt. If you can hear some steps behind me, sorry, that's my brother. he likes he likes messing up my videos, but he's not fussy when he's eating the food though. Right. Okay, so this is our spice palette. It's Karahi Ghosht, so we're using lamb. So this is our lamb, lovely lamb that we've got here. So I'm going to be using this later, just to show you it's lamb karahi that we're doing, not anything else. The difference being that there's a whole difference between having lamb karahi and sheep karahi. Sheep takes a lot longer to cook, but lamb is a little bit quicker. This process does take a long time. The easy way to do it is to put the ghosht into a pressure cooker and to cook it that way, and you'll save loads of time, but at the same time you miss out on the flavour. It ruins the flavour really. Where this is going to take at least 2 hours to cook, but it is so worth it, especially if you're a meat fan. You're going to absolutely love all the flavours together, and you're going to love the flavour of your ghosht even more when you find out that it's been cooking slowly for 2 hours. Trust me, it makes a whole, you know, they say as the mean ass man the third guy. It's like that, you know. It's just a whole nother level, and you know, I can't wait for you guys to try it, and I can't wait for you guys to see the end result as well. So yeah, let's get on with the cooking. Okay guys, so this is our karahi pot. I know it looks like a wok, but no, it's an actual karahi pot. Now in it, we're using half a cup of oil, or 125 ml. Like so. And we're literally just going to wait until the oil heats up a little bit. And like I said, the first things that we're putting in is our black and green cardamom, our cinnamon, and again our teaspoon of cumin. So just waiting for this to heat up. So once it's in, count to 5. If you want to be the count from Sesame Street, you can laugh as well. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's all that needs to be in. So it should be nice and toasty by now. And then with it, in goes 2 chopped onions. So once your onions are in, just keep the heat low, and then just mix it all around. So literally all we're waiting to do is making sure that the onions go brown. Yeah, just like with most recipes really. Okay guys, so can you see that the colour of the onions have started to change? So it's becoming a dark brown. So this is when you know that you're ready for the next step. So the next step, let me just show you first of all. We're going to be adding ginger and garlic. So garlic, we're going to be using 1 full garlic, and ginger we're going to be using roughly around that much. Okay. So I've mixed them together, so I'm just gonna add them in. So these have been chopped as well. I'm just gonna put it on a higher heat. I'm gonna mix everything together. You can already smell. You already smell that curry smell. So when you get the pyaz and the thom and the other together. So we're going to wait until these brown a little bit, and then we're going to add in our meat. So after everything is perfectly fried together, when you put it on a high heat, put in your garlic and your ginger in together, and then once it's in the pan and it reacts, and quickly put it down into a lower heat and let it cook with the onions and the rest of your ingredients. You should, after about 5 to 7 minutes of cooking in the karahi, you should have something that looks like that, and that looks perfect. So now it's time to add in our meat. So make sure that your hands are nice and washed, because at the end of the day you're feeding yourself, you're not feeding somebody that you hate. And in it goes. So now that I've put my meat in, I'm just mixing it all together, and we're literally gonna wait and let the meat fry with everything else. And to do so, we're gonna put it on a high heat and let everything fry together. अच्छा जी, फिर हमने क्या करना है? See, my bad boy Urdu nowadays. Half of me probably speak Punjabi. So, the water's evaporated from the ghosht. You can tell that the ghosht is fried because the colour's changed and it's mixed well with all the spices. Now we're ready for our next step. So what we need to do is the spice palette. We're going to divide it into two. So the first bit, we're going to add our haldi, our turmeric, and then we're also going to add in our salt. And finally we're going to add in our chili powder. Once we got that, mix it well. We're literally putting this, meaning we're just making sure that all the masala and all the meat are mixed well together and that the meat is cooked. So this could take up to about 5 minutes. As you can see, everything is nice, brown, smelling spicy. Smelling beautiful actually. At this point, you need to add in 2 chopped tomatoes. Now if you have tomatoes, then by all means, just chop them up and throw them inside, and then infuse them all together. So since if you don't, you can also use the canned chopped tomatoes. You just need to use half a can. There. And then infuse everything together. So we're going to let this cook together again for about another 5 to 7 minutes. Now you guys are probably wondering, the ghosht I'm using, why isn't it boneless? The reason for it, and all the restaurants will tell you this as well, if you want the best quality lamb karahi, it's best if you do have it with the bones on, because the bones give it that added flavour. So that's why I've cooked it with the bones on. If you do want to cook it, boneless, like you do see in some restaurants, that's perfectly fine as well. Because I'm just here to make sure that you guys are getting the best advice out there. So yeah, if you are going to cook this, make sure it's on the bone. For 10 minutes, it should look like this. So they spun and add, so it's infused, meaning the oil's up, the lamb is cooked, and all the masala are nice and ready. The next thing is to grillna the meat. So we're going to add 400 milliliters of water, and it's going to soften the meat. And so let me do that for you. So to make this tender, you need to leave it in for at least a good half an hour. So it'll keep boiling, the water will evaporate. Once the water is evaporated, after about half an hour, then I'll show you the next step after that. In case you guys have a different karahi, or because it depends on it, you could end up putting 500 ml or even 600. It's depending on your pot really. So if 400ml is good enough for you, that's okay. But I'd say between 400 and 600 milliliters of water, that's what you need to put inside. I told you I'm on the Bollywood vibes today, people. What I've actually done, guys, is I've let it simmer for a good hour. I said half an hour before, but I really wanted the meat to be tender. So the longer that you do leave the meat, the tender it's going to be. And I've left it in here for an hour. I've tasted some of the meat as well, and I know it's perfect. The reason that I put the lid back on is I just wanted to, you know, do something a little bit fancy for you guys, isn't it? Whoa! How you like me now? So that is perfect. So we've got about 80% of the juice left inside here. And remember our spice plate. So remember, we've got our garam masala, we've got our crushed cumin, and my favourite spice, which is ground coriander. Why is it my favourite? It just has such an amazing smell, and it has such an amazing effect on curries, and you know, whatever you put ground coriander in, you can't go wrong. That's my verdict anyway. Except for desserts, do not put this. If you put ground coriander in a gulab jamun, you got some issues. I'd strongly advise against it anyway. Okay, so we're gonna put all of that in together. So that's our plate cleared up. So we're just gonna infuse or put in all this together, just for 5 minutes, and amazing, brilliant. I mean, I tasted it before I put the rest of the spices in, and I already know it. It already smells, it already tastes amazing as it is. And that's not just me, just, you know, saying it because I cooked it. It really is a wonderful dish. So after our 5 minutes of cooking, you can see that the oil has risen to the top, and that's how we know that this is now perfect for our next step. And what I've done is I've had 1 cup of yogurt. And when I mean yogurt, I mean the desi kind, and I mixed it with a little bit of milk. Whole milk I should just add there. And we're just gonna pour that all in. Then on a high heat, we're just gonna mix everything together. And once this is all mixed, then we'll add our garnishing at the end. Wow. Smell that? Well, you can't. I said it last year, you know, they should have been ready smell-o-vision by now, but nobody's had the time, or nobody's done it, or it's just impossible to do. Any inventors out there watching my video, smell-o-vision, that's what you should be doing. Does anybody remember Val Kilmer's, what was it? It was, yeah, Val Kilmer's Batman. Was it Batman Forever? With the Riddler, played by Jim Carrey. Alrighty then. And do you remember in the actual in the actual film, he invents this like TV mind control device. Quiz for you guys. The first one who can give me the answer, you don't win anything, but you just nice to have a bit of fun. The Riddler. People who know me, they know that I'm a bit of a geek. Alright, I don't look like one because, you know, Allah's given me a handsome face, mashallah. But anyway, just a bit of a trivia question with the Batman. Can you tell me what the Riddler's real name is? So the Riddler's his alias. What's his real name? Just for a bit of fun. So to enhance our flavour, to enhance the spice, we're going to add some green chilli. I've roughly added 2 green chillies here. And for freshness in the curry, first of all, we're going to add some coriander. This is for added freshness first of all. And I'm going to add it later for a garnish as well, so I'm just going to mix that all in. I think the best word to describe a curry when you're adding all the flavours together is infuse. So that's pretty much what you do. You add your ingredients into infuse with everything to create such a beautiful dish. Just before I close the lid again, I'm just going to add a little bit more water in, just to give us a bit more of a gravy. So that was just roughly about 100-150 ml. Just gonna give it a good mix from the bottom. Make sure that the meat is inside just so it cooks. Then I'm gonna close the lid. And I'm going to let that simmer for about 15-20 minutes, and then hopefully should be ready for garnishing, and then it should be ready to serve. So our final product. Ooh. Look at that. Oh, that's perfect. The meat, you press on that, it's so tender. The smell is incredible. What I'm going to do, just to for garnish, add some cherry tomatoes. Finally, our chopped coriander. How's it looking, guys? Looking nice? It smells incredible, I will tell you that. So there we have it, guys. That's my version of my perfect lamb karahi. Obviously, we've got roti to go with it, don't worry about that. But yeah, that's my lamb karahi done. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. First time cooking an Asian curry for everybody, so I hope you guys follow the recipe, and again, if you are going to share it with me on my Insta, it's Sheikh's Place, and again, if you haven't already done so, like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done already, and share it with the world. So until next time, guys, assalamu alaikum. I'm just going to get back to my Bollywood music for now.